did this come from? Did you work in advertising or PR?
No, I didn't. I did not work in advertising or PR. How this idea came about was Tubi was looking to do their first scripted series, and they were sort of floating around this idea of a workplace comedy and exploring different generations. And an ad agency just seemed like the natural fit. And so it was interesting because I brought on a lot of ad consultants throughout this process. I hired one to help me sort of like write the pilot and have eyes on it to be like, what is true to this world, what is not. And then in the writer's room, we had an ad consultant come on board. So it was a lot of research. And it's interesting, actually, in researching all of it, I was like, oh, maybe in another life I could have worked in advertising. It's a fascinating industry that I sort of became obsessed with. But that's really how it came about. There's no personal experience, just admiration.
What would you say was the most surprising thing that you found out during your research for the show about the world of advertising? Because there's that one moment where you have Lauren giving a little mini monologue about the Marlboro campaign and the filters and how all of that was infiltrated by a woman.
Yes.
I didn't know that. So I was like, ooh, that was good intel.
Yeah, that was really good intel. I would say I was most surprised by how curated and sort of calculated advertising can be, or how much research goes into campaigns. We see a 30-second or 15-second, piece of advertising or commercial, and how much work goes into that, the research, the data. That was fascinating to me. I did not know any of that, so I gobbled all of that up. I found that really interesting.
Honey, y'all gave me y'all had me dying literally out loud, just laughing out loud. I had so much fun. But what I want to know is, as journalists, we have to pitch ourselves all the time. We are constantly having to pitch why someone should allow us to interview talent as yourself. I want to know from each one of you, if you were going to pitch yourself, what would that sound like?
I am adaptable. I rise to challenges. I am easy to get along with, and you don't see a lot of non-binary, plus-sized people on TV. So put me in.
Amen.
I love that. Okay, Madison.
I can't beat that, so I'll just say that I'm hardworking, I'm a good leader, and I come off book, on time, and prepared.
All right.
I would say I am friendly. I can make friends with a rock.
Yep.
And I will make sure that rock feels so seen and heard.
Go off, rock.
I will cater to it and make sure it shines in its own way. I won't upstage you, baby.
Well, all right, for not upstaging a rock.
You're doing the mood.
I'm kind, I'm moldable, directable, and affordable.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, boy.
See, the thing is, Doug is not confident, so he doesn't feel his power unless Monica's near him. So he would probably just biff it if he had to pitch himself.
I think the pitch is something like nobody works harder than we do, but that doesn't always mean that hard work and creativity don't always go hand in hand. We offer the best of both worlds. We have a vision for your company, and we are going to take you farther than you've even imagined you can go. And we're not going to stop until we get you to where you want to be.
And Doug will say what she said.
Have you ever been in a situation where you thought you pressed the record button only to figure out that you didn't, like Doug does in one of the episodes? I hollered out loud because I remember being on the end of that terrifying moment, and it did not work out well for me.
Well,
It doesn't work out well for me either.
one of my first jobs was I worked at a call center for this fancy shoe catalog, and there was this lady just taking a long time ordering, and I pushed the mute button, thinking that it would mute the conversation, and I proceeded to cuss her out for about 2 minutes, and then she had to be like, I heard every single word. And then I crawled into a hole and had had to go answer to the owner of the company.
How much did y'all freak out when TikTok went dark for like, I don't know, 12 hours?
I
Did
didn't.
you even care?
I didn't care. I'm a gamer, so I was playing games.
I was happy, and then it came back, and I was sad.
You were happy? Genuinely? Like that?
I was like relieved. I was like, this is
cold
good for
turkey
me.
addiction?
It was like, it's like cigarettes or something.
Sure.
This made me laugh too. How many times have you been on a call and the signal, and you pretended that the signal was sketchy because you just wanted to get off the phone with whoever that person was?
Oh, I do that. I've done
All the
that
time.
multiple times, but like with my friends, like not anything like important, but it's like, girl, I can hear. And I will be like, gotta go, and they know I'm lying, but I will do it because I'm like, girl, you're yapping about the same thing. Like, let's move the conversation.
Leave
Level
him.
of Marvel rivals.
Exactly.
Only as a character on Gilmore Girls, I once did that to my mother. There's a scene where I go, oh, I can't hear you.
I mean, I wouldn't even pretend. I would just hang up the phone, and then if they call back, be like, "Oh, sorry, the call dropped."
Are y'all, and have you been a lot more tech savvy before Z Suite and after Z Suite?
Maybe I'm on my phone more because I'm making stories about watching Z Suite February 6th only on Tubi.
Social media, girl, you know, you've known me for a long time.
On social media, it's not happening.
Honey, it takes me like 3 hours to create a reel.
Me too. I'm so afraid of Barbara Streisanding myself and like sending a thing that I think is private and it's not. And I like, no, social media is a nightmare.
When you showed up on set the first day, who was that person that you were like, made you feel like this is going to be fun?
Nico. Oh.
Nico?
That is so
Honor for me.
Spencer had a crazy good welcoming energy, and I thought that was super helpful because he didn't, he really made, I don't know if you like actively did this, but you really made it feel very homey and everything amongst, like there was no cliques, which sometimes there can be in the cast, and I do credit you for playing a big role in that.
Thank you. I try to make everyone feel seen and heard, and I like working with
Like a rock.
Yeah,
One might
you know,
say.
this is the rock that I became friends with.
Which would be a good place to end. I actually worked with Nico on Superstore, so I can understand why he had welcoming energy for you. But that's my
great.
time, y'all.
Oh, thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
So nice
Thanks,
to meet you.
And I hope the show does really, really well.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Lauren, I love the fact that in Z Suite, the agency is run by you, and then your younger cohort kind of takes over. But I love the fact that this is an agency that's run by women. And then Monica decides, oh, but I'm not beat yet because I'm going to run over here and start my own thing. How empowering has it been for you to do, just to portray that? Because we're living in a world right now where those things are being challenged.
It's very empowering, and I guess important to me too was that, yes, we're in competition, but I'm also not out to necessarily get this other woman, even though, you know, it's not her fault that she got this opportunity, but it is her fault if she doesn't take advantage of it and understand the role she's been given and the opportunity she's been given. So we tried to really play with that. You know, we don't want this to be like women not rooting for one another. It's just, I'm mad because she got my job and, you know, it was unfair. But yeah, I love the way, I mean, there's a lot of, you know, snark and fun in the show, but there's a lot of kindness and kind of heart to it too. And I love that the creator of the show is a woman who's really smart and, you know, young, and it's just, the whole package just felt like a really cool next step, you know, into some things I've kind of done before, but some things I haven't. And I loved our team.
Before I go though, Nico, I love the little mini Superstore reunion with you and Mark. I loved that.
Wasn't that great? I'm so glad he was able to do it.
It's kind of fantabulous. Thank y'all for your time today. I really appreciate it. And congratulations on the show. It was super funny.
Thank you so much. You win best background.
I know. I love it.
Today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Bye.